Here we go. First episode, season 2. A few talking points today. We're going to talk about Saudi, the big moves they're making. We're going to talk about how the managers are going to get on, the new ones. Poch. I'm not even going to say the other guy's name, so I'm going to call him Ange.
I can't say.
Like Harry Kane, I ain't going to say that.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine?
We're going to talk some transfer rumours, and we've got a little last season review quiz. I know we've done the last season's review, but I want to do a quiz about it, see how much we got both remember.
Probably not a lot.
We've had holidays since then. We probably can't remember.
I went to bed, lost a few brain cells.
Yeah. Football feast. This the football feast extra podcast. Hey, football feast. Football feast extra podcast. Playing soccer, grab your cleats. Playing soccer, time to meet. Playing soccer, time to greet. They been to talk a lot. Okay, playing soccer, get the cleats. Playing soccer, let's get it. Playing soccer, let's go. Football podcast.
So we've got to talk about Saudi first.
Yeah,
what the fuck's happening?
I mean, it's a bit like the Chinese when they did it, and all the other leagues that have tried it in the past. America, it's just something new. It's just the money that they're doing is absolutely, out of this world money. But
yeah, and they'll follow it through. That's the thing. Was China signed Oscar, and then I think they signed a few from
Hulk.
they signed a few from the Portuguese, Turkish leagues and stuff like that. But they've taken Ruben Neves, who's in his mid-20s, and they've taken him over to Saudi. But do you not think
someone like Ruben Neves has sort of just given up on football by going there? A bit like what Oscar
100%.
did. A bit like what Oscar did when he went to China. Do you know what I mean? He's only like 30, isn't he, Oscar? He might be a bit older than that, but
Ruben Neves can come back in 2 years. Like, he can take this payday, 2 years on this wage, and then come back. Like, he's still 28.
Yeah, but
can you play in the Saudi league for 2 to 3 years and come back and play in the Premier League?
I'm not convinced you could.
I mean, maybe not, but I mean,
I'm not.
We loan to Newcastle or something because that's what they're doing. I think, and they're just loaning them to.
The biggest shock is if Bernardo Silva goes there.
Yeah, that's mental.
That was just fucking mad. Because he is in the prime of his career. What was he, 27, 28?
Yeah, I mean, what I find a bit weird about it all is that it's not like they even need the money, is it?
No,
it's not like they're on like 500 quid a week, and this mob are offering £1 million a week, are they? Do you know what I mean? It's not like they need to go there to for their families to be secure the money. I mean, all right, Ruben Neves, I don't know. He was on 90 grand a week. I don't know what he was on, but did he really need to quadruple his wages to go over there? Could he not live on 90 grand a week?
I'd quadruple him.
I mean, okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
I'd be off.
I'd go as well. No drama. Mate, I've left the building site for a tenner. You're talking about hundreds of thousands now.
Yeah, off straight away. I know people say, there's no loyalty in football and it's all about money. But yeah, it's a job. It's literally their job.
I do find it. I mean, I heard it on TalkSport, actually, and they were talking about Jude Bellingham, actually, and his transfer, saying, why does he want to go to Real Madrid when he could go to, Man City or, your Liverpools or whatever, or, come to the Premier League, best league in the world? And one of them basically said, well, he's only really got to play 3-4 tough games a season, in that La Liga. Everyone else is going to be a walk in the park for him. It's going to be like playing Sunday League football for him. Whereas, if he comes to the Premier League, say he went to Man City, he's got to play against Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Newcastle. They're all really tough games where, he might get injured or he might pull a hand, he's only got to go to there. He's going to be paid the same amount of money as what because it's not like Real Madrid were offering more than Man City, were they? Let's be honest. Everyone's going to offer him the same amount. That's how much he wanted. That's how much he got. He's only got to play Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, and he's probably thinking that's 4 games a season. That's all right, isn't it? The rest of the games, I can and let's be honest, Real Madrid are going to win La Ligas and Champions League in the next 5 years, aren't they?
You say that though, but last season, Real Madrid were 13 points off the top. That's more than just losing to Barcelona and.
Yeah, but I mean, they had a poor season last season by their own standard, didn't they? Even Jude Bellingham
They
said
did
it
have
in
a
his
poor season, yeah.
interview. He said they didn't have a great season last season, and I'm here to improve that. And I think
it's not quite PSG, is it? Where it's like literally they will win every game and maybe lose one, and they've walked the title every year.
I mean, I can see why. If someone's offering you $300,000 a week to go play a game where there's only probably 4 hard games, or I'll give you $400,000 a week, and you've got to play 16 hard games. I know what I'm choosing.
And to live in Madrid instead of Manchester.
Yeah, do you want to go live in Madrid? Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
I mean, I get why he went. I get why he went there anyway.
But you reckon something's going on with this? Because I know they're looking into Chelsea, aren't they, in Saudi Arabia? Because I heard that. So it's the people that own. They own like 4 teams, don't they? The 4 big teams are owned by the same people in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. And they had some kind of deal thing with the guy that bought Chelsea. I don't think it's football related, but they know each other. Yeah. All of a sudden, Chelsea offloading fucking.
Well, they need to get rid of them, didn't they?
Yeah, but you reckon there's something going on?
Very convenient.
Maybe. But yeah, maybe. But I mean, it's football, isn't it? I mean, if Man City can get away with 115 financial fair play rules, I'm sure Chelsea can get rid of a cut of selling 10 blokes to a Saudi Arabia team. I think they'd be all right, wouldn't they?
They're clever.
Yeah, I think that'd be all right.
Like, they're the one. They started off with that 6-year, 7-year contracts, didn't they? They started that, and now they're looking at cracking down on that to stop it because it's bleeding into the next financial year. And now they're looking at the Saudi Arabia thing. It's like they're being inventive, aren't they? Like until they stop it, they know you can't do this.
I said this years ago, and I'll say it again. What they should have done is when, like, say, the first £100 million player went, they should have capped it then, gone bang. No one can spend more than £100 million on a player. Done. Same with the wages. As soon as the first person, say, earned £150,000 a week, I don't know, £100,000 a week, when the first player hit that, like UEFA, the FA should have gone, that is a ridiculous amount of money, wallop, capped, that's it, around the world, and the leagues would be so much fairer.
Yeah.
Because you would, like, for example, Declan Rice, who's now got the choice of basically Arsenal, Man City, which is probably, he's probably going to choose Man City over Arsenal, because why wouldn't you? But, like, that's probably a bad example, actually, but you stay with me on this. But, like, if they can, like, Man City can offer him £500,000 a week if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Whereas Arsenal might think, well, 250 is our limit. Like, that's all I can offer you, 250. Whereas, like, if they had a cap on it and everyone earned 250, then it would literally be down to the player, wouldn't it? Who's he want to play for?
Who wants to stay in London as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But,
get on to Declan Rice in a bit.
That's what went wrong with football and the prices of players and everything. They should have hit a point and thought, nah, do you know what? Clubs can't be paying 150 million for players. A stupid amount of money. Only the rich clubs are going to get better. Even say if they did it at 50 million, like when Fernando Torres went for 50 million, it was like a massive thing in January transfer window. They went, no, that's it, 50 million to max. The likes of, your little clubs of like Burnley, Sheffield United, they would have got 100 million for getting promoted this year in the Premier League. They could have gone out and thought, well, I can buy £50 million players. Do you know what I mean? And it would have made the league a lot closer.
What league? Like, let's say in England, they're like, right, okay, and they did that. They're not going to, like, handicap.
They'd have to do it. They'd have to do it all over.
Can they do that?
No, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, UEFA are the football body, aren't they? Like, that's what they should have done, because they did it. The Premier League stuffed themselves up before, didn't they? When they stopped the transfer window before the first game of the season.
Oh, yeah.
They did that, but then all the other leagues kept them open. So players were still wanting to leave.
And then they weren't joining.
Then it was even worse because that club then couldn't replace them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do it the following year because they fucked themselves over, basically, didn't they?
One more thing about Saudi, though. Do you reckon it will last?
Yeah, I think it will, because they have the boxing, they've got that Live Tour golf. They've got, that
Formula One, haven't they? I think they do the F1
Formula
there
One,
as well.
Yeah, I think they do. Do you know what I mean? So they are interested in it. It just depends. Put it this way, right? Here's a good one for you. Say the old Saudis, because they're probably not doing it to make money, are they? They're probably not interested in it. They just like people going there. So imagine if they said, right, our Saudi Premier League, whatever it is called, don't know what it's called, all the games are free to watch. You can watch any game you want. It's like click a red button, bang, pick the game. And you had all the best players out there. Would you start thinking, well, actually, I might start watching this?
Well, yeah, if they carry on the way they're doing, I think I might have
to. I'll pick Al Shiabi, or whatever they're called.
Al Hilal versus Al Shady on FIFA.
Yeah.
I've seen
I mean,
a
if
thing as
you-
well online saying they're trying to get themselves into the Champions League like that. Even though they're not in Europe, they're trying to. They reckon if they get quality enough players, then eventually UEFA will be like, you know what, you can
Money
have two
talks.
spots. Yeah,
Yeah, money
and
talks.
then they'll be well away.
You know what? I haven't really got a problem with that.
I don't have a
You know,
problem with it.
They need to make it like the realistic, like travel wise. If they don't have a
Yeah.
European Champions League, they just have a Champions League instead of a
They-
European Champions
They
League.
probably do have a Champions League, though, don't they? They probably do have
Well,
a.
they do like the Super
I mean-
Cup, don't they? Where this team from this
Well, you know, like the
continent plays
world,
the
you know,
winners
the
of the other
world,
continent.
the World Club Championship that you play in if you win the European Cup.
Yeah,
That is the winners of all the European, not the European Cups, but they're
Yeah, because there's an
Continent
Asian one,
Cups.
isn't there?
yeah. There's an Asian, so they'd be part of the Asian Cup, wouldn't they?
yeah. So why not just get everyone in the mix? I think it'd be quite fun.
Like I say, I've got no problem with the Saudis buying players and whatever. I mean,
Imagine
buy all
that
the Man
travel.
City
What if you
players.
What if you go to Japan for an away game on a Wednesday night?
That's
Some
the
people
only
would.
thing.
Some people would, though, wouldn't they? They'd love it. Some people do. I mean, look, they just had a baseball at a baseball game in the London Stadium. They sold it out.
Yeah,
There weren't no Americans there. Well, it might have been a few, obviously, that live in England, but everyone. There was loads on my Facebook that went. I didn't even know people liked baseball that much in this country. I do own a baseball somewhere.
I've seen it.
I do. I brought
For
one.
Henry.
I brought it for Henry. Yeah, when I went to New York, I was missing him. I don't know where it is now, though.
He's lost it.
Yeah, I don't know where it is now.
But
Cost me
I'm
cost me
interested to see
$10.
what they're going to do. I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. And if they do start getting players like Bernardo Silva and that, who could get into any team on the planet.
I'm not convinced they will get players like that, though. Like, I know you keep going about Ruben Neves, but is Ruben Neves that good? And if Man City come in for Ruben Neves, I think he would have gone Man City.
Liverpool.
They've
would
just
get him.
bought the Ballon d'Or winner. Who could still
man.
get any team in the world right now? Benzema. He could
Yeah,
play for
but-
any team in the world right now. I know he's, what is he, 32?
Yeah, no, he's much older than that.
That's
He's
not
got to be
old though, is
I
it?
think he's
36 he's got to be. Benzema, he's got to be well into his 30s. He's been playing football for
Yeah, it's got to be older than that, surely.
ages.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
reckon he's
might be right on
37.
that one. But he could play for any team in the world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He walks into them all, maybe apart from Man City.
Oh, well, he's actually not as old as I thought he was, to be fair.
And weirdly, Tottenham. He probably won't get in the Tottenham team.
35 years. He's actually...
Uh,
But, like, yeah, I mean, I know it's going to sound really fucking ridiculous, and I know people are probably going to hear me this, but he is sort of coming to the end of his career, do you know what I mean? And he's probably thinking that's a good payday. I ain't got to do a lot of work out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, to score goals. Whereas if he went to the Premier League, would he score as many goals as he does? I mean, you got to remember, prior to this season, he'd never scored more than 20 goals in a season or 25 goals in a season.
that's because you have Ronaldo scoring 80.
It's not my problem, mate. I'll just tell you how it is.
I don't know. I've seen him ruin many of English Champions League teams in the time.
I've been in Champions League for a while, so I wouldn't know. But that's all changed.
This podcast is sponsored by fantasy novel The Beckoning. By up-and-coming author T.L. Campbell, it's the first in the Wolves of War series that is available on Amazon now.
Oh, let's talk about a couple of the new managers. How do you reckon they get on? Because I know we've done our top four predictions. Me and Andrew both had Chelsea in it.
I didn't.
You didn't, Baron.
I just think
how
there's
do you reckon
too
he'll get-
much. I think he'll do a good job. I think I like Poch. I think he's a good manager. I think he's done well with Spurs. Obviously, got him to the Champions League final. Didn't spend a penny. Then got given a bit of money and all went a bit pear shaped. But who knows? But he's got a lot of rebuilding there. A lot of rebuilding. He's got to get. He's not only got to find out a team like to work with him. He's got to find players to trust him that are already in that team. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's got a lot of expensive players there. Probably a lot of people that think they deserve to be in the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean that Mudryk or whatever his name is, 88 million, and he started like 2 games last season, and he was there for like half the season. You know, he's probably thinking, "You've spent all that money on me, and I can't even get a game. Why is this?"
I think he'll do all right.
I think he'll do well.
finish top 4.
I just don't think he'll get top 4. I just don't think
Players are there.
I think there's too much work there.
The players
for
are
him to
there.
do.
He's had whole of pre-season. He's going to have a big clear out, ain't he? He probably
Yeah.
knows most of his starting 11 now.
Yeah, I would have thought
They're all
so.
going to Saudi, the ones he don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
you've
once
still got
Watson-
players like Sterling,
Yeah.
Enzo.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think Chelsea's
Silver.
team is going to be up there. I mean, I think it's almost impossible to pick a top four, other than probably Man City in it. Because
It's toughest in a long
It
time.
was hard.
It only takes like someone to have like a Liverpool season or a Chelsea season to blow it. And if someone has a bad start, say Arsenal go into the season, first 6 games, you're looking at that on paper thinking that's got to be 4 out of 6, easily wins, and they only win 2 of them. They've probably blown the top 4 already straight away, haven't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's how tough it's going to be.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know, I can't see someone who has a bad start and a strong finish to get that. I think you're going to have to be quite consistent all season.
You see what Man United
Yeah.
did last season? They lost the first 3 games, didn't they? And they scraped it right at the end. Like, it's still possible.
Yeah, and that, I mean, they were quite lucky, really, as well, because Liverpool messed up a couple
Yeah,
of
Chelsea
times towards the end. They
also.
got the draw against Villa at Anfield, and obviously they drew 4-4 in the last day of the season to Southampton. Whereas if they'd won them 2 games, I think that would have been enough for them to jump Man
Steam
United.
over. Yeah.
And you think they probably had one of the worst seasons they've had in 5-6 years?
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, you had them finishing top 4. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, like,
He's
I
gonna
think
do
they're
all right
gonna, I think they'll probably scrape top 4. I don't think they're going to be challenging or anything. I think next season, or season after, they'll be on it. I think they'll be challenging. But I think they've got a good enough squad. If he can get pre-season sorted out, then I think that they'll do well. I think they'll do better than Newcastle United anyway.
Yeah, because didn't you say that you think Spurs will finish above Arsenal as well, Bill?
What in my top 6?
Say,
Yeah.
When I done it, when I just done, I was just at work and I was just thinking, I'm going to do a little couple of bets.
I
I've
think
done my
that
top
would
6.
be
Backtracking.
that would be
backtracking,
if Spurs manage to finish above Arsenal, you know that he deserves manager of the year. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that's how high Spurs would have to finish above Arsenal.
Well, did they keep Kane?
I think if-
Because I think even
It's
if no
mid-table.
one if no one brought anyone this season, right? Say no one brought anyone, and we went back into the first game of the season, the same teams as now. I still think Arsenal would get the top 4. Do you know what I mean? Like if we started fresh, because I think we're that good now, and the players are that good, and with that year experience and bringing in a few new fresh places, I definitely think Arsenal got a great chance of doing top 4 again.
Yeah. And
Let's talk about your favourite subject then.
Okay.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Their new
My-
manager.
Well, I don't mind the bloke. What's his name?
Ange.
Who the bloke is?
Luke.
Yeah, let's call him Ange. I mean,
Yeah,
he obviously does know what he was doing. I watched a press conference with him recently, and I actually quite liked it. I thought actually, you're right, mate. You're actually 100% right what you said. He said when he got the Celtic job, everyone laughed at him and was like, "Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Does he even know what he's on about? Like, where have they picked him from?" And he's actually gone there and won. Is it 2 trebles in a row?
Because he is a proper journeyman. Like, you know, when you're on FM and you have a little journeyman save and you was going everywhere, he has been everywhere.
Yeah. Well, he's Greek, isn't he? But Australian.
Yeah.
So his parents are Greek, but he's Australian. He's managed that in Australia. He's managed that here, there, and everywhere. And somehow ended up, I mean, I'd never heard of him. I don't know how they found him for the Celtic job. I don't know, but it worked
Tottenham
for
can
him.
get anyone. Like they've had. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good manager, but Tottenham, everyone turned him down. Like it was their only option.
The only thing I would say is it's a very Arsenal-like move, isn't it? So Arsenal got rid of Emre, like they had names thrown around here. They had no idea who they were going to get. All of a sudden, they've gone for Arteta, who, let's be honest, was a nobody. First couple
No,
of years.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because we were looking at him when we got Emery. He was our former captain. He left us to
Mate.
go and manage in City. He
Do you
wasn't.
know- yeah, when
he was
before-
our captain.
Before this season, they used to call him Pep's cone picker, and loads of Arsenal fans did, and I know they did.
But we know
or
who he is,
fucking
right? We know who he is.
Pep's
I've never heard
high
of this
vis.
bloke.
Yeah, but I mean, well, you have now though. You've heard of him
Yeah, I have
for the
now.
last 3 years.
Because
He's
it's
been,
Celtic.
yeah, so you have heard of him.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is like, what I'm saying is like, so obviously first couple.
Nobody knew him, did they?
No,
as an actual manager, first team manager.
No, not until
Yeah,
he joined Celtic, obviously. But
No.
but what I'm saying is, like, he's sort of a nobody, and they're going to give him a chance. I mean, if I was the Arsenal, I'll be honest, if I was the Arsenal board, I don't think Arteta would be in charge if I was, because I think he had, the FA Cup massively painted over the cracks of Arsenal. But last season, I think it definitely has shown that, if you keep faith with a manager and give him time, he does get it going.
And they've had the big ones, haven't they? They've had Mourinho, they've had Conte, they've had
Redknapp
and your Pochettino's. Why not
Yeah.
try something a bit different?
I mean, if he comes in, another thing, going back to TalkSport, I listen a lot to TalkSport. Some bloke rang in, and I'm not sure I believe this. But the bloke turned around and said, "Do you know what? I couldn't even care about the league." That bloke comes in, wins us the League Cup, and I think we'll have a great season. And I thought, imagine if you finished like
They
15th
got a trophy,
but win the
didn't
League Cup, but you'd be happy. Yeah, I just think it's a bit weird that. I think you got to keep the players coming in. You've got to finish up higher up the table, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, how do you reckon he'll get on?
I don't see Tottenham doing very well next season. Just waiting there because Big froze. You're back. Right, go. I don't think he's going to do that well. I don't know. I just don't think that he's either loses Kane this season, right? And then has to start trying and get all them goals back in the team, or Kane's going on a free next season. So we can't build a team around him. It's just a really horrible job, a horrible time to take the Tottenham job.
He could still sign.
If he signs a new
he could
contract
still sign a
with
new
Spurs,
deal.
I will be so shocked if he does that. Like, I don't think it could happen, but I just don't think it will.
I'm not that shocked. I just think like he wants to break the record. What I was reading the other day about him going to Man United looks like that ain't happening because Man United just are not going to pay £100 million for a 30-year-old, especially when they've only got 1 year left on their contract. Which I make them right. That's a lot of money to spend on someone in the second part of their career. I know Ronaldo went for like 80 million when he was like 33, but I mean that you're buying Ronaldo, aren't you? Like he's a brand, isn't he? Harry Kane's not a brand.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like they reckon Juventus made that money back in 2 days in shirt sales, didn't they?
Yeah.
The 80 million transfer. But I mean, I can see him just staying there, signing a new contract, staying put, beating Matey Boy's record, and with a bit of luck, they probably could win a League Cup or an FA Cup. Because to be honest, the top boys aren't. Man City do like winning everything. Don't get me wrong, but like the top boys ain't that interested. They got their right set on other things, didn't they?
Yeah, I do think I'd kind of respect it if he stayed, but I kind of hoping he does go, just because I think he probably does deserve a medal, doesn't he? He probably does deserve a Premier League trophy or something.
Yeah, I hope he goes. I hope he goes and wins something. For England,
I hope he stays and wins nothing. I hope he stays, wins nothing.
With Tottenham.
I think he'll break the record regardless.
Oh, if he stays in the Premier League, he'll break that probably halfway through next season. Do you know what I mean? Like,
how many is he away?
Not this season, next season. He's only, is it 38 or 48 goals? 48, I think.
Yeah, he's got that in him.
If he bangs another 30 in this year, he only need 18 next season.
He probably will break the record, right? But if you're Kane, right, and you stay in this league, you're going to be playing second fiddle to Haaland, like in terms of goals, right? You always like Harry Kane had an amazing season.
Or will they play?
No one talks about.
Well,
he's not. Haaland was ridiculous.
He's not going to sign for Man City, is he? That's not happening.
No, I'm not saying that. If he stays in the league, I mean, if he stays in the league, people aren't going to talk about Kane. They're going to talk about Haaland. If he went to somewhere like La Liga and went to Real Madrid, Benzema's gone. He'll be the top striker in that league. I'm not saying he's going to do that. It's something to consider.
It's like I said in our last series show that the 30 goals he scored at Spurs is more impressive than the 36 goals that Haaland scored. Now, if he's at Man United and getting the chances, he's probably banging in more than 30 goals a season, isn't he? If next season he goes, say he did sign for Man United by a couple of other players, they have a storming year, say they win the Premier League next year and he scores 38 goals or 36 goals, same as Haaland, we'll all be laughing at Haaland going, well, it wasn't that hard to do, was it? He just needed a better team. He just needed a decent team.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Right. So, you can either win a Premier League trophy or a couple. Everyone's fucking won one of them, haven't they? I think fucking...
These days.
Or you are the top Premier League goal scorer of all time.
I'd want the Premier League trophy.
Rather than being the record goal scorer.
Yeah.
Who scored the most goals in Premier League history.
What's he going to get? They're going to give him a little. They're going to give him a little trophy like that. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean. Luke Chadwick's got a Premier League. Well, they can send pictures to each other.
I'd still rather have.
You are the only person that's going to have that record.
Yeah, but it'll probably get broken one day. So records are there to be broken.
He'll always have that for like...
he'll always have his. Luke Chadwick will always have his Premier League medal, whereas Harry Kane could have that broken by Haaland in 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fair enough. Luke Chadwick's probably scored it by now.
I think.
Do you want to put anything on top of that, or?
Yeah, no. Like, I think if you ask a striker or a player at the beginning of their career who's starting in the Premiership, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I want to win Premier League. I want to win Premier League. I want to win 2, 3, 4." But where Kane is, where he's so close to it, if you asked him now, would you want to, 3, 4 more years at the top level? Do you want to win a Premier League, or do you want to get this record? He'll probably say he wants to get the record. It's just where he is in his career.
Oh, don't think he would. I think he'd say the Premier League.
I don't know, right? He goes into England training. Foden's there, Grealish is there, all the Liverpool players are there. They've all got all this talking about, they won the Premier League. He's the only person that can just be like, well, I am the top goal scorer in the history of the Premier League.
Mate, Kyle Walker spent, 8 years at Spurs and won no trophies. He spent 6 years at Man City and won 14 trophies. I know where
Modric 23. Modric has 23 trophies after he left Spurs as well.
That's what I mean. It's just
crazy. But for what can you believe that Phil Foden's won 5 Premier League trophies?
He's only 22.
And a Champions League.
Yeah. God knows how many League Cups. 5 of them as well, ain't it?
5 of them probably,
yeah. FA Cups.
He's basically completed football already and he's 22.
Yeah. He might as well
just needs to win something with England.
Yeah. They all need to win something with England.
Yeah.
One day, before I die.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I hope so. Right, as we're talking about managers, quickly want to mention the old Fantasy Football League that we want all the listeners to join. We're going to make it like a weekly segment. We'll go through like the best teams or who had the best week. We'll figure that out. But yeah, get involved.
Yeah.
I'm coming for the top spot this year.
We'll put the code to join. We'll post it on here and on our socials. So
Andrew is the current champion.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The current champion. So congratulations to him. Last time I hope.
Right. Yep. Couple of transfer rumours. We might as well start with Declan Rice. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but
I mean, the only thing I would say about this Declan Rice scenario is that a lot of what's getting printed is all from Italian media. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know everything. Don't know a lot of things. But why does all of a sudden the Italian media know everything that's going on in the English Premier League?
Is it that Fabrizio fella?
Because I know Sky Sports are reporting this, but it's all coming from Italian media. Well, they're the most bent people in the world. How do they know it all? How all of a sudden, because like I just find it a bit mind-boggling that like all of a sudden Sky Italy have turned around and gone, oh, by the way, Man City are now looking, because they might be. I mean, why wouldn't you be looking at him? He's Declan Rice, one of the best holding midfielders in the world currently, isn't he? Carries West Ham fucking everywhere, doesn't he? But like, yeah, you're doing something wrong if you're the only club that's interested in him. But do you know what pisses me off about it the most, actually? Not because fair play to Declan Rice wherever he goes, good luck to him. But like, Man City don't even need him. You know, he's not going to replace Rodri, is he? You know, he's not going to beat Rodri to the thing. You know, he's going to sit on the bench there. They're literally going to buy him, so Arsenal can't buy him, so they can't strengthen, aren't they? I mean, where's the fair in that? And do you know what? If he goes to them and sits on the bench, he can have the bench.
Before Andrew goes on his rant about it, 100 mil is an absolute joke. I've never ever looked at Declan Rice ever in any game and thought that man is world class. Ever.
Really? I think every time I know he's in a shit team, but every time I look, I just think, mate, you're so much better than West Ham. You're probably right. You're probably right. 100 million. You're probably right. You know, it's probably a bit above, but he's got the English tax on him as well, wasn't he?
Sandro Tonali is just gone to. He's one of the highly rated youngsters on the planet,
Yeah,
and he's just gone for what is it, 50 mil
55.
to
Yeah,
Newcastle.
yeah,
Pay
but
100. I don't know. I think it's an absolute joke that he's worth 100 mil.
well, they're saying 120 now, aren't they?
I've said my piece. I'll let Andrew have his rant now because I know he's.
Yeah,
I know
it's
he's
not
ready.
good. Look, it was going to be a lot worse than I've seen. Like sort of news coming out over the weekend and stuff. It's really hard to know what's going on. Like on one hand, if Arsenal have spent all this time doing the groundwork with Rice, and Rice, is saying he wants to come to Arsenal. Apparently, City won't put official bid in unless Rice gives them the green light that yep, I'm coming. I want to go. They were not going to put a bid in. So if we've got it to the point where he just wants to come to us, then it's good work. But I think the first two bids, I don't mind putting in a smaller bid, because you don't want to go straight in at 100 odd million because then they'll be like, no, I'll have 120 then. But the second bid was stupid.
100%.
Like, 3 bids, it just should not take. If this third bid fails and then he goes to City, then what are they doing? Like, what is that the recruitment team doing? Like, it's actually a joke. It reminds me of the Suarez 40 million and £1 sort of thing. It's like, stop fucking about and buy play. If you want him, go get him. Like,
Yeah, but you know why they did that, don't you?
It was
Because a lot of people say this to me. So
Yeah,
basically, what happened was they had to. It wasn't a release clause, but they had to. If anyone made a £40 million plus bid for him, they had to tell Suarez. So then it was like he would know because obviously they can always sort of deny it, can't they? Oh no, there ain't been no bid. So that's why they made a £40 million and £1 bid because they had to go to Luis Suarez and go, Arsenal made a bid for you, mate, hoping that he'd probably push a move through, but obviously it never happened.
Yeah, but like if you're trying to build relationships with clubs, it's not a good way to go about it. Like I get it, but it's I don't know. Like I've seen that Liverpool were in for Latvia today. I know this is a different rumour, but it's like we keep being linked with all
Yeah,
these
I saw
players,
that.
but we just take it. Havertz, we've gone straight in. No one else wants him. We've gone straight in, done it in about 3 days. Like,
And then they're gonna use the money and buy Casado.
yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
good of what I wanted
Yeah,
as
I
well.
did. We basically pulled out the running for Casado, so Chelsea can have him, so we can have Havertz, which I found because we thought we were getting Declan Rice. Now we might not get Declan Rice, so we're going for the Southampton bloke. And it turns out Liverpool want him, so he might go there. To be fair, until it's done,
Yeah,
If you
Go on.
don't get Rice,
Yeah.
obviously, like you said, Casado deal's not going to happen. If you don't get Rice, who do you want?
I don't know. I'm still pretty fuming about the Rice situation because, a bit like Andrew said, I get, you're never making. They want 100 million. Yeah, they can have 100 million, but you're not making the first bid of 100 million because, like he said, you make 100 million bid. Actually, I'll have 110, 120. So I mean, it's just, I get why it's done, but what annoys me is just like, just get it done, like say, And I just going to say, I think the Kai Havertz deal was actually quite a good deal. The payment structure of that is actually quite good, I think. It's 50 million paid in 3 installments.
It's not a bad deal. I just think that position wasn't as much of a priority as the position that Rice plays in, and that's what annoys me. We've got that one done.
I mean, I still
until August.
I've got no. Yeah, but then someone else might have tried to think. Oh, actually, it's not a bad idea because he can play new like a lot of positions. They look like they're going to get that Timber bloke as well, wouldn't they? That Justin Timber or whatever his name is. Yeah, that. You know what I mean? And I still believe that they're chatting behind the scenes. I don't think they're just sat there like going, "Oh, right, we'll buy Havertz now. We're going to buy Timber." Oh, actually, has anyone rang West Ham about Rice? They must still be talking about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's probably still going on. It's probably, the Sky Sports and all that. They only find out what they're meant to find out. Do you know what I mean? Like they only find out what gets slipped. So it wouldn't surprise me in a couple of days if we do know a bit more about it. It's just like you're impatient, aren't you? You want to know. And like I say, if you don't get Rice, Casado looks like he's definitely going to go thingy. You're going to end up with Xhaka, who looks like he's going to leave. And Partey is obviously money driven, probably likes a bit of Saudi Arabia, and he wants to go out there. So we're going to end up with no holding midfielders.
The Conga.
We're going to be playing Smith Rowe and Havertz as holding midfielders.
Yeah.
What about City? Ain't they about to offer, what is it, 83 or 86 million for that Grivaldo, is it? That centre-back?
What the Croatian one?
Yeah, and apparently they're going to let Laporte go.
Yeah, I did see Laporte wants to leave. But that's what they do, though, didn't they? They sell player by player.
I did see there was linked with a big, massive. I can't remember if he's Korean or Japanese. He wanted to play for Napoli. He wanted Man United one.
Oh, the centre back.
Defender.
Yeah, I heard they was going to make a cheeky little offer for him. Korean, yeah.
I don't think it really matters that much. I actually see yesterday that Bayern Munich won him.
Yeah, the big fella.
The Korean guy, South Korean guy.
Yeah, Bayern Munich won him.
Who else we got? Mount. You reckon he'll go United?
I think he will go to United, but I think that might drag on right until like the last knock-ins of the transfer window.
Yeah.
Because a bit like the Havertz thing, no one really seems to want him.
Yeah.
No one really wants him.
Just on and then don't buy anyone. United, like they get to start the season.
Yeah,
and they've still got
It's a bit like
they'd get the green flags back, wouldn't they? The green scarves.
Would you not fancy that Rabiot from PSG free transfer?
Nah, past it.
No one really everyone's like, meh. I think he's a player. I think he's a player.
There's a reason why these players. There's a reason why these players are like, other than obviously you get a few that go under the water and you think, cool. But like, I don't know why we're not trying to get Cancelo in straight away as a fullback. Screams we need fullbacks, and if Man City don't want him. But then I did read like ages ago that Man City won't deal with Arsenal anymore because we were that close to winning the league, and why would they want to sell to their rivals?
Yeah, I heard someone went. The higher ups weren't happy, were they? That Jesus and Zinchenko went to you guys, and then
I thought it was when we signed Jesus. Obviously, I thought that was a great signing. And then when we got linked with Zinchenko, I thought, well, that ain't going to happen. There's no way they're going to sell us two players, and they did. And I was like, really? That's weird because that don't normally happen. And yeah, look, we were literally 5 points away from winning the league.
Have you seen the Havertz one is basically done?
Huh?
Yeah,
the Havertz one. It's going to agree this week, apparently.
He's already taken the medical over the weekend. I think next couple of days. I think I read on Sky Sports that, next sort of 48 hours they'll be announced.
You know, I'm surprised we didn't go in for Liverpool for McAllister. Like, Liverpool had a free run at McAllister.
Maybe he just prefers Havertz. I mean, I don't know. Like, there must be something to do with Havertz that he likes, mustn't there?
Yeah.
Maybe just... I mean, I like Havertz. I've always liked him. Huh?
What about Gundogan joining Barcelona on a free? That's got to be one of the best free transfers of all time.
Yeah, but...
Didn't they, Barcelona? They all these free transfers.
He obviously...
He might not be able to register him. Yeah. They might not be able to register him, and he'd be free to leave in 2 months' time.
Yeah, but they said that about everyone, didn't they? Who did they? They say that about every player that joins them, and they always register him. Didn't they say that?
Yeah,
about that Koundé?
Yeah, but PK took he'd just give all his wages away, didn't he? So people would start joining.
Yeah, I just don't believe all that nonsense that people like. They said that about someone else, one of their other major stars that they paid for like 60 million. They were like, oh, he can go for nothing if they can't register him. I just don't believe all that. But I think that deal was done a long time ago. I don't think they've swooped in. They've been tapping him up for a while. Like they could talk to his agents could talk to them since January. That's not just been a quick fix. Otherwise, you're telling me that Man City didn't offer their club captain a contract, but he wanted apparent rumour has it was only a 1 year deal, wasn't it? And he wanted 3, and they offered him 3.
He's a hell of a player.
Probably the same amount of money.
To be fair, he left on a perfect note when he doing a treble.
Well, that's what I mean. He's completed football in England, so he probably thinks, oh, fuck it, I'll go somewhere else.
Chelsea, they signed their striker, didn't they? That young
Nicholas
fella from Villarreal.
Apparently, he was about to sign for Bournemouth in January and done his hamstring and failed. Yeah, failed. That's what Sky Sports News said. Basically, deal was done because he had like a 29 million release clause because they've actually paid more than the release clause.
30, haven't they, I think?
Yeah, 32 in it because they want to spread the payments for financial fair play.
But they've got him and Nkunku, so I can't say his name. Like, they've got so many forwards, it's unbelievable.
He'll clear him out though when Aubameyang will go when he back to
Pulisic,
wherever he'll go. Yeah, I like Pulisic. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's quite ready just yet. And we'll quickly talk about obviously Bellingham joining the biggest club in the world.
Which one?
Joe.
Which one?
Yeah, Joe.
No, but I know we spoke about it earlier, but I hope he does well there.
Are you getting Diallo back on loan?
I've heard that that's
I've heard
his
things like
choice.
that. Yeah,
Because
but
they
he
don't
wants
know
to
if
come
he's going
back.
to be first team signing, and they was I think they wanted to send him out to like Ajax or somewhere like that.
Yeah,
And he said he wants to, if he's going to go on loan, he wants to go back to Sunderland. Kyle Walker leaving. What about him?
Nah, he's not going anywhere.
Do you not reckon?
Nah, I think that's made up. That.
apparently he wants to stay in England.
Why would he want to leave? He's the best club in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, I think getting dropped for the Champions League final weren't great though, was it?
No,
Probably
That
pissed
don't
him
really
off.
bose him that much.
I think that's what done the papers,
Still
weren't
got-
it? There was like, he's not
still got
starting in
a-
the Champions League final.
Yeah, he still got a Champions League medal at the end of it, didn't he? He still got his bonus.
Yeah.
Still
got
Scott
paid.
Carson.
True.
Didn't have to do anything, did he?
Big old Scott Carson.
Who knew that was Scott Carson's second Champions League winning medal as well?
Yeah, both in
It's
Istanbul.
actually mad, ain't it?
In Istanbul. How mad is that?
Yeah, it's crazy. The only
Actually
two
mad.
finals ever in Istanbul. You've won them both.
Craziness. Right. I've got a quiz for you.
Do I need to write anything down?
No, I'll write the scores down
I've
here.
got my
I think.
pen. No, I meant like if you're going to give me some weird names and that.
No, there's. I don't think there's any. There's no weird names. I don't think.
Okay.
It's just
all right.
basically
Pain.
it's last season.
What we
in-
can
you've
remember.
We've got 5 questions each, and we'll start with Hughes first. Some of them are
Right.
quite hard. I'll be honest.
If I get it right, do I get bonus points?
If you get your one right,
No, his one right.
we can do that if you want.
I don't know.
Well, you-
No, but it's
Answer it,
multiple
though.
choice, so then you've only got.
Well, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
multiple choice, so you're thinking.
All
Right, so we'll start off with Andrew. Only one player played every minute of his team's 38 games last season. Was it Kane, Iwobi, Rice, or Tarkowski?
Oh,
I think I know that.
I don't think it was it. What are the options again?
Kane, Iwobi, Rice, or Tarkowski?
I'm going to go with Tarkowski.
I think that's who it was.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, so I thought it was straight away, yeah. Can I have his question?
Here's one for you, Barry. Here's yours. Haaland scored 4 hat-tricks in the Premier League this season. Which other City player was the only player to score a hat-trick? Alvarez, Kevin De Bruyne.
Phil Foden, wasn't it? Against
Foden.
Man United.
Oh, yeah, he's got it ready.
I
Come
wouldn't
on.
have got that.
I
I
thought
don't
you wanted
remember
to do
this
this
then, but-
question.
You wouldn't have got that.
I don't remember
They
anything
both
about
scored a
that
hat-trick that game, didn't they?
Yeah, he scored hat-tricks that game, yeah.
season. That
Yeah.
feels like 3 seasons ago. Like, it was last season, though.
They got battered a
Feels
lot,
like
though,
ages
didn't they,
ago.
to be fair? last season.
A bit of a laughing stock for everyone.
And they still finished top 4.
I know, yeah. Shows you how bad this
Mad.
league was.
Yeah. Andrew, your second one. There was only 30 red cards last season. Which team had 6 of them by themselves?
I think I
Chelsea,
know.
Wolves, Leeds, or Spurs?
I don't know this. I'm going to go with
I know.
Leeds.
It was Wolves.
Yeah, I knew it was Wolves.
No, I wouldn't have got that. I thought Casemiro
Yeah,
got
Baron, you're going to love this
his
one. Yeah, good point. You're going to like this one, Baron.
Oh, God.
Arsenal spent how many of the 297 days of the Premier League at the top? Was it
Yeah.
204, 248, 282, or 162?
What was it? 240 something, wasn't it?
248, 204, 282, or 162?
I'm going to go the 248, I think.
Baron is correct. I'm sorry to bring that up again.
Cheers. Thought you said I'd like that one.
At least you knew it.
This one's quite fun.
No.
This one's quite a good one. Which player made 15 appearances, worked under 3 different managers, scored a goal, got sent off, but never ever started a game? Conor Gallagher, Lucas Moura, Diego Costa, or James Milner?
I'm going to go with I forgot Conor Gallagher.
It was Lucas Moura.
Oh, I know he got sent off, Conor Gallagher, and I know he played under like loads of managers.
So I didn't know that one. I would have gone for Diego Costa because I do know he got sent off, and I do know he scored a goal.
Hard one. Yeah.
I suppose he wouldn't have worked under 3 managers though. But
Right,
Yeah.
Baron's next one.
I think Barron's won already, isn't he?
Last season, no, not yet.
last season,
Last season, all 3 promoted clubs stayed up. How many times in the last 30 seasons has this happened?
many,
5, 3, once, or none?
well, it's not none because they. Oh right, yeah, I'm with what you're saying. What was it again? Sorry, 5, 3, 1, and none.
Yeah.
I'll go with 3.
Oh, Baron's correct. He's man on a roll here.
Oh, come on.
Ah!
Guessing
He's
down
carrying
the
on
way.
his street.
I'll be honest, that
You'd
one
be-
was a guess. That one was a complete guess. I knew it'd been done a couple of times, but I didn't know exactly like.
You need this one, Andrew. I think you'll get it if you think about it. So give it a few.
Don't give
Give
him
it a minute.
clues. Don't give him
Just give it a
clues,
minute.
mate.
Jamie Carragher in 1999, Michael Proctor in 2003, and Jonathan Walters in 2013, all done the same as which player last season? Azpilicueta, Lloris, Dunk, or is it Wout Fass for Leicester?
Yeah, that's
I
what
know
I was
the
going
answer to
to
this
say.
already.
It's 2 goals, isn't it? It's Faze.
Yeah,
His name is Fayez. It's got
2 own goals. 2
yeah.
own goals
I
in
know.
the game.
It would have been better if you knew how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Wait,
about
that's
the
that
third
one
one. I was
up
like,
there.
what's this guy?
I just want to
Yeah.
keep the quiz going, all right?
Yeah. All right.
Right. Which player scored in 26 games last season, only ever done once before by Andy Cole? Is it Haaland, Salah, Kane, or Tony?
Say that again. He scored in 26 games.
26 separate games. It's only ever been done once before. Haaland, Salah, Kane, or Tony?
Well, considering that only Haaland and Kane scored more than 25 goals this season, or 26 goals this season, it's got to be one of them two. Because Salah only scored like 21, so that doesn't add up. And I think Tony only got 20. So I'll go with, because Haaland scored loads of hat-tricks, I'll go with Kane.
He's correct.
Well, I'm good at this, aren't I?
Hughes, you've already
You could-
lost,
you
but I'll
could-
give you your last one.
It can only have been 2 of those options.
Yeah, but I worked it out, though.
yeah, I suppose. Go on.
Which player has missed 4 penalties this season, but also scored 4 penalties this season? Zaha, Mahrez, Mitrovic, or McAllister?
You know what? I'm going to go with the person that I think I remember had missed a fair few penalties, and that was Mitrovic.
Correct.
Yeah.
I remember him missing quite a few.
He
Baron,
did miss
to
a
get
lot.
this,
5
you're
out of 5.
you're 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
It's a good one, this one. Which team won a game having just 18% possession? Is it West Ham, Everton, Forest, or Brentford?
Won a game.
They won a game only having 18%
18%.
possession.
What were the options? Oh, I don't know the answer.
West Ham, Everton, Forest, or Brentford?
I'll go with Forest.
I'd have guessed
It was
Brentford.
indeed Forest.
Oh.
And it was against Arsenal.
Oh,
Last
it
game of the league.
great.
Fair play. Snow Forest don't get a lot of the ball. It could have easily have been Brentford, though.
I just know
Yeah.
that Brentford beat Man
Or
City
Everton or
twice.
West
So I thought one of them games, surely.
5 out of 5.
He obviously didn't drink enough in
Just
Benidorm.
going for it.
Oh,
Still
Yeah,
remembers
dude.
it.
Starting this season strong, Baron.
yeah. Well, some people got it. I'm doing a pub quiz next week, so I need to get practicing. I actually am as well.
We have some listener questions. Hold on a sec. It's got to get to them.
What's Tom said this week?
First one, Tom. Oh, it's a random one. What would you say? We'll go ask Baron first. What would you say is the most difficult position to play, and what position comes with the most pressure?
Most difficult position to play, I would probably say, probably in the midfield, sort of central midfield, because you are expected to go up and down the pitch with the play. So you've definitely probably got to be the most fittest. The most pressure, I think, is probably a goalkeeper, because if they make a mistake, it generally is
You're over. Yeah.
a goal, isn't it? 9 out of 10 times, if the keeper makes a mistake, it's a goal.
Yeah.
Personally, that's what I would say.
I've went for the most difficult is like the new modern fullback.
Yeah.
It must be fucking hard. That's some hard running,
Yeah.
travelling back and forward all that time, especially with the pace of the wingers now. And you're up by that corner flag, and you've got to go all the way back down by that one. That's not a bit of me. And yeah, precious goalkeeper, ain't it?
I would say, yeah. I mean, you could argue any position on the pitch, but I definitely think pressure-wise, it's got to be the goalkeeper.
There is kind of cover for the other ones, ain't there? Even the centre-back's got the
Well,
goalkeeper
do you
there.
know what I mean? Your striker makes a mistake. You got your midfield and your defence. Your midfielder makes a mistake, still got your defence there. Defence makes a mistake, still got the goalkeeper there. Goalkeeper makes a mistake, there's no one really to protect him.
Yeah.
And when a striker misses an easy chance, no one gets really on his back. Whereas a goalkeeper makes a mistake and everyone's on his back. It's front page of the newspaper,
True. Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah, goalkeeper definitely the most pressure position. Like for those exact reasons, there's just no hiding if you make a mistake. I'm not sure about the most difficult position to play. It probably is the modern day sort of fullback, but because not every team plays like that, I think I'm going to go with Barron and just say in midfield. It's just the positioning more than anything else, knowing when to go and when to come, especially if you're that box to box sort of player getting caught out. I think that would be quite tough.
Second one off Tom, and then we actually have got two from people that actually do listen and are not our friends and family. He said, "Do you think we should just stop giving out runners' medals?"
Runners-up medals?
What? Runners-up medals?
What did I say? Runners' medals?
Runners medals?
It might have knocked out, but yeah. It sounded like runners' medals.
Runners-up medals.
It might have dipped out, but yeah. I only caught the runners' medals.
I may have said it. I'm tired.
I don't know, really. I mean, there must be some nicety to it. Like looking back, thinking, but for me, it always reminded me of how close I was, and I probably don't want it.
Most of them now don't even wear them, do they? When they get given, they take them.
Yeah,
I would just get rid. I don't think people should get medals for being a loser, to be honest.
No, don't get finishing second in the Premier League, do you? Why would you get second in the FA Cup?
Exactly. You win, you get your trophy. If you lose, you go home.
Yeah,
that's it, innit?
I agree. If you lose in the final, you're just as remembered as if you lost in the third round. Like, you lose, you lose. I don't think you should
no one remembers who you beat in the final, do they?
No, they just remember who won it. And it was the year the City won the treble. No one's going to remember who they beat in each final, are they, in 10 years? They're just going to remember they won the treble.
No way.
I don't think they should get them.
Right. So we've got another one from HC92. He said, or she said, I actually don't know if it's a man or a woman.
It's all right.
Can't assume these days. Who do you think will be in contention for the title and relegation this season?
I mean, we did our sort of predictions on sort of TikTok. So my top 2 were Man City and Liverpool. I think Liverpool will be back challenging. I had Arsenal as third, but I think that the 2 challenging probably will be Man City and Liverpool this season. I think Bournemouth are going to finish rock bottom. I think Bournemouth are going to have one of the worst seasons in Premier League history. I'm calling it now.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think
Big call. Cool. Obviously, you don't like the South Coast, does it?
No, they sacked Gary O'Neill when he kept like, what more could he have done? Like, I want him to go down. Like, that was ridiculous. A ridiculous sacking. I think Forest will be down there, and I don't think Sheffield United are good enough, so they're my 3 for relegation.
I think Luton will. I can't see them getting the players in to keep them up. I can't see how they're going to attract that quality of player at the small stadium. I assume their training ground's not much better. I mean, I don't know. So I think they'll struggle. I think obviously Nottingham Forest will struggle. I think because they only just sort of stayed up. Sheffield United again, they're a bit of a yo-yo club, aren't they? And then it just depends, doesn't it, on who was the other club that got promoted?
Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, I think Burnley got the best chance of staying up because they've got Vincent Kompany and he'll be able to use his Pep connections and his connections out in Belgium and probably get in a few decent signings.
They just bid 12 million for that Jack Clark from Sunderland, didn't they? Fuckers.
Have they?
Yeah, rejected.
Yeah, he'll be on the phone to him later.
Please.
I mean, if he's living in Sunderland, he ain't bothered about living in Burnley, is he? Let's be honest.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I think then you'll get your normal ones that are normally sort of around there. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what like the Fulham's doing and Brighton do. If Brighton get ruined of all their players,
Yeah, true.
They've obviously already lost McAllister. They lose Casado as well. They're 2 massive players for them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like massive players. And then it only takes a couple of players not be on for that Matoma to take a dip in form and they could be in right trouble, couldn't they?
Yeah, true. What about challenging for the title?
I think it'd be Man City. I can't see anyone challenging them, really. I don't really get the Liverpool thing from you two at the moment because the problem they had is their midfield was shocking last year. And I'll be honest with you, I know they've signed McAllister, but they didn't really sign anyone else, have they? So they've basically got the same midfield. And
the transfer window's been open for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? But you would have thought they'd get it done, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, but you're saying that now, going, I think Liverpool are going to do it. But they ain't signed anyone. So it's all right laughing at me going, it's only been open 2 weeks. But
yeah, it's been open.
I
think we will. Well, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. We will do official predictions at the start of the season. But
at the moment, I can't see Liverpool doing a lot. Yeah,
I think they'll win it. I don't know why.
I know, you told me that.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I've got a feeling. I think that most of the players are back. I think Nunes will have a better year. Salah, Trent will have a new position, I reckon. McAllister. They will sign a couple more. Maybe this Lavia fella. Van Dijk's just not got bad. He's just not got shit overnight, is he? He's just had a bad season.
No. He wasn't even that bad last year anyway, was he? Let's be honest. There was a lot of... They had no midfield last season. That's the reason why they had such a bad season.
They've got the best, if not maybe the second best goalkeeper in the league.
Yeah.
I think they'll be right up there. And I think with Man City, there will be a little bit of a Gundogan going.
I want to see someone else. I want to see someone else up there. I don't want Man City winning it again. It's boring.
I don't want to win it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've won it 3 years in a row now. No one has ever won it 4 years in a row.
Mm.
That'll be the motivation.
For some reason. Yeah. And relegation, like Baron said, Luton are done before it starts. I mean, if they stay up, it's a bigger achievement than I've ever seen in the Premier League.
I think their atmosphere can play like a huge... Like, we didn't see Bournemouth.
I don't think there's enough people in there.
Yeah, but that creates a bigger atmosphere, doesn't it, when it's all tight and closed in? I don't know. I can see them shocking a few teams.
Yeah, but you say this, like, these guys are Premier League players. Yeah. They're not bothered about a bit of atmosphere, are they? If they are, they're doing the wrong job.
Yeah, I'd think I'd be more panicking about going to Old Trafford and getting people screaming on the face there, 70,000 people, rather than 12 people down some high road in Luton. Do you know what I mean?
You see it happen though, don't you? You see people. You see.
But I mean,
have been bullied over the years.
But not so. Yeah, but that was an old Arsenal team, isn't it? I can't see I couldn't see this Arsenal team doing that.
just at home last season.
Yeah.
Beat Liverpool, didn't they?
Yeah, but we battered them. That was just an unlucky
not
result,
Arsenal.
wasn't it? It's one of them
I
freak.
wasn't backing
Right.
Arsenal. It was Liverpool.
Yeah. But yeah, but they didn't batter them, did they? Or did they? I can't remember now.
None of these teams are going to
batter
batter them. They're not going to batter them, are they? If they get results, it's going to be.
I'm up for Luton. I'm up for Luton to stay up. Do you know what I mean? I've got nothing against Luton. You know,
if they stayed up, I'd be well happy with that.
But I can't see. You know, obviously the players that they're going to sign, other teams are going to want them players, aren't they? Obviously, a bit like what we're saying about Declan Rice thing, you know. And if they've got a choice of going to say like Luton or like say Burnley, where they've got Vincent Kompany, who's like a world-known name, you know, the stadium's a little bit bigger, probably the training ground's probably better because it's newer and it's, you know, Sean Dyche built it, didn't he, recently? So, you know, I'm just saying that what they've got around them, there's not really a lot dragging players to that club.
This is no disrespect to Luton as well, because I actually really hope they do stay up. But there's teams in the Championship that could attract bigger players than Luton can.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Leeds,
bigger
Leicester, Wolves, Sunderland.
Yeah.
Yeah. And players will look and go there before they think, I'm going to get battered by Luton with Luton for a season.
I know probably Forest had a similar thing, but I mean, are they going to want to go to Luton? If you had a choice going to Luton or Leicester right now, would you necessarily go to Luton thinking like...
Probably would go Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester might win the Championship and you'll be back in the Premier League in 12 months anyway. Or do you want to go to Luton, play 38 games? I mean, what's the lowest score? Is it like 12 from Derby in it or something?
Yeah, 9 I think they got, didn't they?
9. I mean,
something
that's
like
embarrassing, isn't it? Imagine being known for being in that team that got 9 points in the Premier League.
I'm glad it was, because before that it was Sunderland with 11. So God bless Derby.
That's what I mean. 11 points. God, what did you do all season? My job.
Horrible to go for it.
And then I think Sheffield United will go down. And I think Burnley will go down. I think the 3 that came up will go down again.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often.
No, but I'm going with it.
I just think with Burnley, obviously with their manager, because he knows so many people, he'll be able to get them loan players in, and he'll know some Belgian gem that no one's ever heard of that he thinks, we'll give that a go.
He said the Congo was a Belgian gem. Look what happened there.
I don't think it's a bad play. He just needs game time, doesn't he?
I think it's
a bit like Fabio Vieira, isn't it? It's just they need these players, these young players that come to the Premier League, need game time.
I mean, the Congo went to Palace.
The young gems seem to be going to Sunderland at the moment. So, all the young gems seem to be going to Sunderland at the moment. So,
I'll send Vieira to Sunderland. I'll drive him. I'll take him. Get in the car, mate. Come on, chop. I'll drive you down there or up there.
Talking about the Championship, we actually got a Championship question.
Yeah, go on.
Let's go.
From Lisa Marie.
What, Presley?
Said, what? Maybe. Did she die?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
It's not her. It's not her.
No, it's not her. No.
She said, what do you think about the Championship this year? I think it will be amazing. There's some big clubs down there.
There is some big clubs down there. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what, if I see Millwall were making bids for the Blackburn captains. You know what I mean? That's like quite a big shout, isn't it? When you're trying to buy other people's captains. Yeah. Quite a bold statement, isn't it? When you're going in there, I'll just take your captain. I think the Championship would be good, yeah. I'll probably end up watching quite a bit of that, especially if Man City start running away with the league. I'll be like, I'll go down, I'll get a ticket down to Gillingham, I reckon.
Same can't get fantasy football for the Championship.
Yeah.
Probably can somewhere if you look hard enough.
Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, like I said, Millwall, Borough, Sunderland, Blackburn. It's just fucking lists, and you just keep going until you get maybe like Rotherham is like the smallest club there.
QPR.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit mad.
Yeah, be a good season.
Who do you reckon?
The only worry I have
win it.
Go
on. Leicester.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the only worry I have with the Championship is that the 3 teams that came down are going to run away with it, and
that don't happen that often, though, does it?
Never.
It doesn't happen very often.
Burnley,
but they're so much
Burnley
bigger than
just
the
done
teams.
100 points, but
it don't often happen, do they? Like, how many times have the top 3 been re-promoted? You should have found that in your quiz. I bet that ain't happened a lot.
No, it rarely does. You only get one of them, but
Yeah, I
Like,
can't
re-
see
like-
Leeds. I'll be honest, I can't see Leeds doing that much. There's a lot of rebuilding to do there.
Who went down
Yeah,
the season
Southampton
before?
got losers
I
Was
mean,
it
who's even their manager at the moment?
who? Leeds.
They ain't even got one
they've
yet, have
got,
they? Sam
yeah, they got
Allardyce
that-
left, didn't he?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
they got this other guy in. I can't remember his name.
I
Yeah,
remember
who went
them
down the
announcing
season
something.
before? Watford. They was nowhere near, like even the playoffs.
Yeah, but they weren't the level of Leicester, were they? Like, didn't have, I mean, I know Leicester were going to lose a lot of their players, but
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You don't know. I mean, is Vardy going to stay there? Is he going to call it a day? I mean,
Madison, Barnes.
I like Barnes. Do you know what? If
like
I'd
Barnes.
have Barnes in a heartbeat. I think at Arsenal.
I'd have him as well.
I would have had
as a
Madison,
rotation.
but I just think Madison's sort of gone a little bit these days. Do you know what I mean?
Tillerman's
not
has
as
gone
good
to
as
Villa, isn't he? That's done. That
yeah,
one's already done.
that's done. But Harvey Barnes, if he came available, I'd snap him up. As plays on both wings, he'd be perfect for Arsenal. Really, like probably not quite good enough for the first team, but fantastic like sub to bring on, isn't he? And he's only going to get better.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
He's
what's
only like-
mental. Kasper Schmeichel left Leicester, and they were like challenging for Europe, and in like mid sort of table, and they literally get relegated the season he leaves. Like,
I think that
is a
just
big
shows you how
drop-off.
important your goalkeeper is.
He was keeping Leicester
No
going.
disrespect to their goalkeepers. They went from probably almost one of the best Premier League goalkeepers to Danny Ward and this Everson bloke. I mean, I've never even heard of this Everson bloke. Daniel Everson, is it or something?
He
Yeah.
was that choice, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, just
I think
shows you.
we're after
like,
him if our one goes. That's the
What,
guy we
Everson?
want. Yeah, because I think a few are in
enjoy
for
League One. Enjoy League One.
a few are in for our goalkeeper. So
Yeah. Isn't he like England under 21s keeper or something?
he got in the squad. He's not a star.
Oh.
Yeah,
I see Smith Rowe's been doing bits.
yeah.
He has. Yeah. 2 goals and
What do
2.
we make of it not being shown on TV?
Is it on Sky?
No.
Not even on Sky.
Nah, you've got to watch it for the UEFA YouTube channel.
So that's
Yeah,
bollocks.
did you not know that? TalkSport told me
no.
that. You should listen to TalkSport. They couldn't
Obviously,
sell
I
the
didn't
rights.
care that much because I'm not watching it. I didn't know, but,
Apparently,
now
they
I'm
couldn't sell-
outraged.
I mean, I quite like watching football. Well, I like watching football when there's no football on. Do you know what I mean? And I would have watched the under 21s.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, I didn't know
I've been
that.
die out and flown out there and watched one of them.
Not too long. Not too long. You got Forest, didn't you? First game of the season.
Yeah, I can't go.
Oh yeah.
I'm at a wedding.
Oh, God.
Yeah, fuming about that. I did make a joke and ask what time does the wedding start because I could probably shoot to the game because it's the early kickoff. And
Not this
be a bit
question
late.
again.
Yeah, be late. But considering I'm best man, apparently turning up an hour late, it's not all right. It's not all right.
Just kidnap the groom. You can't
Take
start
him
the
with
wedding
me.
without the groom, can you? Yeah.
Yeah, take it with me. Oh dear.
I've already got my eye on the Sunderland Southampton ticket at Sunderland this year. 2nd of September.
21st of September, I think Arsenal Spurs is. I've got my ticket for that already, obviously. I won't be going as much this season. We've got another baby. Got another baby on the way, by the way, everyone. So, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Well, then.
So that's the second one. Yeah, I'll probably won't get to many games this year, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
To watch it on TV like the rest of
That's
us.
all I got.
Yeah. Right then, that's what I call a day. That was series 2, episode 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Bit of chatting rubbish, bit of serious stuff, and a bit of who cares. Tune in next week, I hope, for another one. Cheers.